next comic, I'm a big fan of his. He brought his jokes, but more importantly, he brought his flag. Ladies and gentlemen, Anthony Olan.
So last week, Brian did find out that I'm Puerto Rican from New York, and to prove it to him, I have a whole bunch of Puerto Rican jokes for him. And so one of the problems about being Puerto Rican, one of the worst things, is that everyone assumes I speak Spanish, and I don't. And it's worse when you work for an auto parts store, because all the mechanics who come in are Mexicans who can't speak Spanish, who can't speak English. And they ask me, do I habla español? And I'm like, no, I don't speak Spanish. You don't speak Spanish? No, but that sounds like English to me. Do you speak English? Because you're delaying the conversation. It's very common for Puerto Ricans in New York City, my age, to not speak Spanish. It's very common. And it's because of that we want to start a new race for us, because we're not Puerto Rican, we're Puerto Ricant. And normally I don't bring my flag with me, but I have it with me today. The reason why I don't carry it with me is because I can't speak Spanish, and according to my mother, I'm a disgrace to my people. One of my favorite Puerto Rican music artists is Daddy Yankee. If you don't know who Daddy Yankee is, he is who Bad Bunny wishes he could be. And one of my favorite songs by Daddy Yankee is Gasolina, which is gasoline for those who don't speak Spanish. But I heard he wants to remix it. He wants to come back and call it Electrodad, because electric cars are cheaper than the gas prices. So I was a really bad kid growing up. I was a bad kid at home because in school, I was a big pussy. But at home, I was a bad kid. Like, my mother, being a Puerto Rican woman from the hood, knew how to beat some ass. She knew how to beat ass. She had an arsenal of tools to whip a kid's ass. She had the belt, the hanger, the cable from the cable box, her hands, and the infamous chancleta, which is a slipper. She was the Puerto Rican Rambo. But yeah, she knew how to beat ass. Like, what she would do, like, the worst weapon for her was the chancleta, because what would happen is she would take the chancleta off and chase you throughout the house. So that's why, as a kid, I never got Legos. You ever stepped on a Lego barefoot? We would plant that shit like landmines, dodging the shit left and right. But she didn't have to catch me to hit me with the slipper. She had precision aiming. She was like Ryu in Street Fighter. She'd throw that shit like a fireball. But yeah, she was a cool mom. She was a cool mom because, like, she would beat our ass, and then, like, we would, get along, play Mario Brothers, and I get mad and call her a bitch again, and we're right back to it. I got my ass beat for anything: cursing, missing school, breaking a pencil. I think because we were poor, we couldn't afford pencils, and that's why she beat my ass when I broke a pencil. So going on from there, like I said earlier, I don't speak Spanish, and I think the reason why is because my parents want to be able to talk shit about us in front of us in Spanish. My oldest brother knows Spanish because my grandmother raised him, so she clearly has better morals than my mother. And the thing about my parents talking shit about us in Spanish is that we don't need to know what they're saying because, number one, it's based on tone. Number two, I have Google Translate, I have the internet. So she talks to my dad and she's like, "Este pequeño hijo de puto." And I'm like, "Hey, I heard that. I don't know what it means, but I heard it." She's like, "Calm down, we're planning your birthday." I said, "First of all, my birthday's in January. This happened last Monday." Now, for you to know, este pequeño hijo de puto roughly translates to this little motherfucker. And I'm like, "Do I look little to you?" What the fuck is this? I can't read my handwriting. I want to talk about my grandmother real quick. Talk about my grandmother. My mother's not gonna like this joke, and that's okay. So, my grandmother passed away a few years ago. She had like a heart attack or a stroke or whatever old people die from, I don't know. And she had it in January near my birthday. And all I could think was, please God, don't let her die on my birthday, because this is my day, not hers. She stole my happiness as a kid. She's not stealing my day for the rest of my life, right? And so I get the phone call saying that she unfortunately passed away on my birthday. And I responded by saying, so does that mean we get 1 cake or 2 cakes? That's my time. You guys have been great. Thank you so much.